Good afternoon to those who listen. It's December 4th, 2024, 1:38 p.m. And man, I've just been having all kinds of problems, not just with my health, but also with trying to get answers, results, help from the doctors, which they don't seem to care. So, called yesterday to the GI doctor to try to get the results, and they said they had to send the information over to my primary doctor and she would go through it. So of course I called today, and the nurse at my primary doctor says that they didn't get all of the results, so they can't make any determinations from that, and they said that I should get the results from them. Well, they don't want to give me the results for some reason. They want me to go through my primary doctor. It doesn't make any sense. The nurse said that doesn't make any sense. You know, they're the ones who are the specialists who did your procedure. They should be giving you the results. Well, they won't give me the results. Now I have to wait till January 2nd. It's like, what is going on? So I don't know. I asked the nurse to give me a referral to a hepatologist, which I don't have hepatitis, because now they said that they tested for all the hepatitises and I don't have it, supposedly. Well, there's like three main things that could have caused me to have a normal liver and went all the way to a severe liver disease in literally just a few months. I had my annual checkup. They did all the tests for everything. Everything was normal. And then by May, bam, suddenly I have severe liver disease. So it doesn't make any sense how I could be normal and then suddenly, a few months later, severe liver disease. So I asked the doctor to send me to Iowa City. They're the specialists. And to do hepatology, which I don't think I need now, but also to another GI doctor for another third opinion, since the first two doctors didn't seem to help me much with anything. And then they won't give me my results for some reason. So I was thinking about everything, and the premonition I had where all these things had to happen, and one was getting my disability, 2 was my mom dying, and 3 was the Detroit Lions going to the Super Bowl. And that was just going to the Super Bowl. For some reason, my premonition didn't say whether they won or lost. So then I thought, well, does something happen between January 26th, because the championship game would be on January 26th, and at that point, if they won that game, they would be going to the Super Bowl. But then again, they have the 2 weeks off before the Super Bowl. So I thought, well, maybe does something happen between January 26th and February 9th where, they don't either, they postpone or cancel the Super Bowl because of that reason. But then I was thinking, because I thought it was, the start of the end, the end of the world, not, total, everything's, but the start of it. But maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it was just the end of me. Maybe I die before the Super Bowl, and then I don't find out the results if they won or lost or not. So I don't know why I thought that. It's morbid. Why are you thinking that? I don't know. It just came to me. So if that was the case, February 9th is the Super Bowl. February 15th is my birthday, so that means I wouldn't even make it to my next birthday. I wouldn't make it to my 58th birthday. I don't know. I'm just not saying that that's going to happen, but it just crossed my mind, so I thought I would put that out there too. I don't know. It's up to God. Everything's up to God's will. Everything, but I've done everything in my power to try to make things better. Then I found out also too, because you got to diet and exercise, and you need to be on Ozempic. No, I'm not doing that. That's just going to make things worse. But researching this liver thing, it says if you have severe liver disease, then it doesn't matter if you diet and exercise, because the less you eat, the more your liver stores fat and slows your metabolism down. So that's why I've been dieting. Exercise has been kind of hard with, because of all the pain, but I've been dieting, and I thought, I should be losing some weight. No, I'm gained weight. Last time I checked, I gained 10 pounds, and I'm like, how am I gaining weight when I'm eating half as much as I used to? And I'm eating better foods too. And staying away from sugars and fats and saturated fats, and I don't know. To me, it just don't make any sense. But if your liver is like shutting down, and it's purposely storing fat and purposely slowing your metabolism down because it thinks it needs to, that would make sense. So that might be a reason why I'm not losing weight. Yesterday I took a shower, and I'm still in bad shape from a shower. I can't do hardly anything anymore. Took a shower at 3 p.m. and it's almost 2 p.m. So it's almost been 24 hours, and I'm still having bad pains and bloating. If I go to the store and lift things, then I'm out for 2 days. If I go to church and just sitting there for, an hour and a half, and then I'm bad for a whole day. So it's like I have to just sit here and do nothing and be still. Because if I'm moving around, or if I'm even leaning forward for even 2 seconds, then pain and bloating. Now I'm constantly bloating every single second of the day. It's been that way for 8 months now, about 8 months. I have different degrees of bloating, though. A lot of times it's tolerable, but when I do certain things like take a shower or lift things or lean forward, then my bloating gets way worse. And then like yesterday when I took a shower, I guess just that moving around a little bit, washing yourself, causes it gets severe bloating if I take a shower, and it gets so bad that I can't even breathe. I bloat all the way up into my lungs, and then I can't breathe. It was so bad. I was like, oh, I got to hurry up and finish taking a shower so I can hurry up and take a nebulizer. So I don't know. Just trying to say, I want to have a good report. I want to have healing. I want to have a testimony. I want to say, look at what God has done. I've had all these health problems all my life, and God's gotten me through all this stuff before. But, I don't want people to say, oh, look at this guy. He believes in God, and God doesn't help him. God doesn't heal him. There must not be a God, or God hates him, or whatever. I don't want people to think that. I want to show that, God is good, and He will help you in all situations and heal you. So I want to have a good report so I can come back and then, say, look this is what God did. I was in bad shape, maybe possibly on the verge of dying, and God healed me, and I want to have that report. So I'm looking forward to that. If it's God's will, I don't know what, God's will is in this situation, why I'm going through all this. There has to be a meaning. There has to be an eventual outcome. I don't think God's just going to let me die, and then, nothing comes of it, and then people just say, oh, look, see, God didn't help him, and he died. I don't want that to happen. I want people to have hope, and then, people say, oh, look, God healed him. God did this. I'm going to turn to Jesus. That's the whole point of this. But Detroit's doing really good. They're 11-1. Only a game ahead of Minnesota, though. 2 games ahead of Green Bay. They play Green Bay tomorrow, so they can knock Green Bay out of the divisional thing. They already beat Green Bay and Minnesota away. In Minnesota, they beat them, and in Green Bay, they beat them. So they already own all the tiebreakers now, at least at this point. Philadelphia is 10-2, only a game back 2. Detroit's looking to be the number 1 seed. If they can, they'll have a week off and only have to play 2 games to get to the Super Bowl. That's the hope. I've been waiting for this all my life, but I hope it doesn't mean that death is near for me or the end of the world or something like that. But I don't know. I had that premonition 2018, and I don't know. I just thought it was, I thought, I'll never get my disability. Well, and Detroit will never make it to the Super Bowl. I mean, they've only had a couple teams that were even close to making it to the Super Bowl last year, and then in 91, and the 91 season, 92 Super Bowl. They almost made it. They got crushed by Washington back then. But I don't know. I'm just going to, give it to the Lord. All I can do is give it to the Lord. And, it's up to His will. It's not up to me. I've done everything I can do. And the doctors are taking their sweet-ass time and not doing anything and refer me here, refer me there, test here, test there, but nothing is getting done. And then, of course, they want me, you need to lose weight. Well, of course I need to lose weight. But if I can't lose weight because of the liver, Ozempic is not the answer. Ozempic is a life commitment. And if you ever get off of Ozempic, it damages your liver. Doesn't that defeat the point of the whole thing? So yeah, you can't trust these doctors, can't trust the pharmaceuticals, you can't trust none of that. That's why I've been trying to get off of all this stuff. And I have. I got down to just a couple drugs, the Prevacid and the high blood pressure, along with my asthma medications. And I stopped taking everything else. Back in the day, I had a doctor in Colorado who wanted me on antibiotics for 6 months straight. And after the first month, nothing got better. I kept telling the doctor, I'm not getting better. Oh, you got to keep on those antibiotics. And then I did it a whole other month, 2 months straight of antibiotics, and nothing, didn't improve at all. And finally I said, F this. And I threw it all away and stopped taking all the medications. And then I gradually got better. So I don't know. I mean, I don't trust the doctors. I don't trust the drugs and all that. But when you have something going on like this, you have to do something. You can't just do nothing. And I'm doing all the stuff to help the liver. I got this liver detox. I got the tosotrisinols. I can't pronounce it. I'm doing all the stuff to cleanse my system, to cleanse the liver, but I don't seem to be getting any better at all. In fact, I'm getting worse. And now they're saying my hernia is medium-sized, and before they said, you don't have to worry about your hernia, it's so small. But now it's medium-sized, and I might have to have surgery on that. So I don't know what's going on. I can just go day by day. All I can do is pray. I can ask you guys to pray. And again, it seems to be all up to God and God's will in this situation. So that's what I'm looking forward to, that God's going to heal me. That's the only thing I can say. There has to be a reason why I'm going through this. There has to be a reason. He's not just going to let me die and then have a bad report and then nobody... what encouragement can anybody get out of, this guy's trusted in God all his life and God failed him? I don't want people to think that. So we're going to get through this somehow. God's going to heal me. God's going to do something. I have to trust that. I have to have faith that God's going to do something. So that's my hope. God's going to do something. So thanks for watching. I appreciate any prayers. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for the prayers. And we'll just keep going on day by day until God works his work, does his miracle, and then I can have a good report and have a good testimony. And then maybe, this might help somebody to Jesus. It's the only thing I can wish for and hope for and pray for. God bless.